Another thing I thought of that I forgot to mention while we were down there, a good way to think about the midfoot and so forth is to run barefoot. Okay? Because our shoes protect us, especially over the years. They've really built up the heels and so forth. So that's where the whole natural running movement has kind of come about over the last couple of years. By natural, I don't mean minimalist. Okay, like the 5-finger shoes, that's a minimalist shoe. That's basically just a piece of rubber underneath your foot. Okay, but natural means by dropping the heel in the shoe, so that it's not real angled. But anyway, so by running barefoot, you have to protect yourself by running and landing on your midfoot. So part of the class, okay, with the whole videotaping thing, we have them run down with their shoes on first, and then the second time we do it without, because it's like, whoa, you do naturally do it. So that's something that even a lot of times after I run, as part of like a cool down, then I go, whether it's in a field, a football, if I go over run by Central, I'll run on the football field a little bit or find an open area and just do some light jogging without any shoes on, just to kind of re-emphasize that proper technique. So that's something I wanted to mention. Okay? All right, so let's just real quick, a couple drills. Okay, if we start out with just that good posture, so everybody just kind of get in a good natural posture. Okay, arms about 90 degrees or so. Everything's going forward, and again, marching. Okay, it's just to emphasize that midfoot landing. Okay, so this time, if you were going, just to kind of get in your brain. Okay, you can start out marching, and then you can just go right into your run. Okay, and that's how it should kind of feel like as you go. All right, and then that posture reset when we actually run here in a little bit. I just want you every once in a while to do a posture reset. So as you're doing your run, walk, whatever, just reach up and do a posture reset, stretch it out, and then come back into your natural running technique. Okay? With that cadence then, here is 140 first. Now you may have to move in a little closer to here. Okay? So that's 140. That's probably what most of us are about. You can see it. It's not like it's not like you're... Here's 180. So it's quick. See, so naturally your stride would have to be shorter. Okay? So what some people do, now there are, since our wonderful technology nowadays, you can download music that has the beat of 180. It's still the music, but it's got the 180 cadence built into it. So if you just, like on the iTunes store,
there's some apps specifically for that too.
Like cadence music or stuff like there's a lot of people do. Again, I don't listen to music while I run anymore, but I know a lot of people do. They just kind of find music that's up tempo, because naturally we run a little quicker with that higher tempo. Okay. And then
Most of them.
So posture, cadence. What else? This last. Midfoot, which we've already emphasized. So the lean, okay, really, just something you can do maybe before you run. Again, I just think about the good posture, okay, and I just want to try to lean from the ankles until I have to catch myself, okay. And that's just something you can do on your own every once in a while, just to kind of emphasize that lean, okay. So you can just start out with that, and then I can move into I want to lean, and then I just start in my run. Okay? Because again, that's kind of the last step, and it's the hardest to try to think about while you're running. So if you just try to, as you've worked on some of the other ones, then you should kind of incorporate that in a little bit. Okay? Can you walk during triathlons?
Yes.
Yes. Okay? I think I've said it before. There's some really fast people that are speed walkers or that do the walk-run method, where you walk for a minute, jog for a minute, or whatever interval you're capable of setting a good pace. Okay? Whether that's at a sprint distance, whether that's Ironman distance, people do it all the time, and it's really far. Okay? They can be really fast. It's extremely fast. I feel like it's competitive speed. But he can move. It's pretty impressive. So, yes, we don't have to use stride, but naturally, because the difference between walking and jogging is there's always one foot in contact with the ground, where when you run, there's a moment of flight. So, well, just naturally because you're trying to, to make sure there's always one foot in contact, so that naturally kind of develops that way. Okay. So my thought was, I guess for our workout, is we'll do a 20-minute, just whatever pace you want to do, or you're welcome to go longer. That's fine, or whatever. We'll just get a little workout in. Let me ask, does anybody want me to? Well, I can actually, I can do the videotape. I forgot I did just download my coach's app back here. I used to have it on my iPad. I had to pick back up when I gave up teaching. But I've got it on my phone. So I can do it, and then I can even send it to you later on.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Well, I mean, it'd be, I was gonna say, it really, it's honestly, if you can see yourself, that's even better than me just saying, try to show up your stride,
I think my stress is really short.
What is it, 12 here at this one? So, I mean, I just said we got about, it's almost still 8, so that's why I was saying about 20 minutes, but you're welcome to do whatever you want, and if you want me to videotape you or some feedback, then...
I'll do the video.
Okay.
Something crazy. So you want to focus that are going to videotape this thing?
Sure, we can do that real quick, and then I'll maybe join in, get some feedback.
I started like...
So. Okay, Mike Smith, Smitty, who owns Runners Forum, one of his owners, he's 52, and he's one of the best triathletes in here. Okay, and he kind of this good form running, and it's kind of funny because at one of the local races, he has a great picture of him doing a huge and so even again, we all do it, especially when we get tired. So by just telling ourselves, these posture resets, by these cues that you can build in to help remind ourselves. Because it's as much as I try to practice it, I know I heel strike all the time. I mean, just by my shoes. I mean, these are new shoes, but my old ones the wear on. It's pretty easy to tell. So nobody's perfect. That's why we build these cues in. All right.
I've never seen your brand of shoes.
These are triathlon-specific shoes. These are designed to not wear socks with. This, since I like to show off the gadgets, promote those. This is a foot pod. This actually measures my cadence. So I have it programmed in my watch when I'm running, and I can actually see. No. I mean, you kind of have to, when I first did it, then I would get some. But there's some stuff called Body Glide or some spray stuff you can put on there that helps not get them. Goo.
Just the extra goo that you don't drink.
Hey, go for it. Go for it. So, alright. No, that's a good thought. You gotta be creative, whatever works for you.
All day long. Yeah, I've had fun.
How you can, yeah, I don't see how you can do that. Alright, who wants to be our leader? Go ahead and start running, then I'm going to get film a couple people here. Really what we can do, okay, what we can do here,
In my mind, I think I'm going pretty good.
At the Y, I've seen where people have.
I mean, this is, well, I say this is, I can do that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I mean, I have to.
I would be a great swimmer if you didn't have to breathe.
Yeah.
I cannot get the breathing so hard. I'm just.
All right, so let's do this. Let's just, well, what we can do, it's really easier if we just all like line up. If I can,
Down at the other end.
or here, I can go down.
Well,
So I'll go down here about halfway and go like we'll just run right here. It'll be all right.
Run towards
Wait till it's just run towards me. But so if you go first and just like a couple steps, and then the next person, you know, a few feet, just a little gap. Because when we do it in slow motion later on, then it'll be spread way out. So.
it'll be alright.
Coach said it's okay, yeah.
Except for this little girl.
Like we can do.
You might wait for me.
Yeah.
If I'm right, so I shouldn't be right behind him, should I? I should
No,
be
like
behind
two
him.
paces.
Alrighty, good.
Oh, really good.
Well, we got one posture.
All right, you ready?
All right.
I was a distance runner, but I cheered the false. I didn't remember. She said Sunday.
I feel like it's just last year.
But I was training for short.
Yeah. Yeah, he said his and mine. He was right before that. So just getting into the swimming.
All right, if you want to just kind of watch it real first, I can like send it to you, or we can figure out how to do that. But if you want to kind of, you just notice anything right off the bat. Maybe. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. That was me talking.
In my arches. And
You're in your 17, so it's weird watching. Are you blowing above?
I would say just a first impression thing. And it's hard because you're going at a slow pace. You know, when you're just trying to focus on what you're doing. My first impression, our cadence was probably a little low.
Yeah.
But, yeah, let's see if we can see. That's what we have people cutting away and a little close. So. This is what's cool about this accident. We can go in slow motion.
Oh, that's cool.
Of course, people ran right through there.
There you get it's like sacred.
Maybe, say they're still down there. Yeah, you can see there, see?
Yeah.
But that, I mean, again, that's all of us. I mean, so you can see how it's kind of blurry there, but it's, you know, when the toe's pointed, that's a natural heel strike. I mean, again, it's all of us. Yeah, that's what shins, right? Because you're...
So can that also cause the, what's that other injury on the bottom of your foot or plantar?
Fasciitis.
Yes, it can. Yep. Yep. Just because that repetitive landing of that stretch on the, you know, that fascia,
I just zoomed
that
by.
tissue. Did you?
I did. Really fast.
She got out on him.
And it's kind of hard because I was so close. Normally I try to be back farther, but it's just. I mean, really, you can see when you're making contact, your foot really is pretty flat there. I mean, you can see as we kind of, you're reaching just a little there, and then as you make contact though, you're kind of coming. But it's...
So is it that?
So maybe I'm reaching to
A little bit. I mean,
too much? Okay.
a lot, you know, because we swing instead of lifting. You know, that's where, you know, you see those real fast runners. They're driving. They're lifting like crazy. Versus we kind of swing our legs. And a lot of that's just our strength. I mean, I do that a lot too, and especially as you get tired. What do you think, Holly?
You think I'm leaning back too far?
I'd say you're kind of sitting. Yeah, kind of sitting back some. The one thing I noticed, your arms were just, they were very relaxed, but they were almost kind of swinging instead of going straight ahead. But no, but
It almost looks like your toes hitting. I mean, you're not doing that heel thing. I don't think.
yeah, I don't see the reach.
I usually have the mentality when I run, just sit back and relax, because it's going to be a minute
gonna be
before
a
I
while.
stop.
I'm gonna say you're kind of. I would say maybe a little bit of heel strike in there, because that's as you're kind of coming in contact.
I find that I have to do water, so I have a little carry thing that I carry water with because I get so thirsty during that whole thing. I only run 2 miles and I drink out of the bottle.
I mean that.
When do you swim?
It's pretty good, like it's underneath it
Every
there.
Friday morning, and I try to do one other time.
Yeah, it's just
I try to go
something
on
we can
Sunday, and it's
focus on,
easy
try to
and cool.
incorporate this.
But I found that in Friday.
We don't, a lot of, we're not necessarily doing it all the time,
Find that second
and
day.
things like that. But it can, I mean, when we are repetitively heel striking, that can lead to plantar fasciitis or the
Yeah.
shin splints or a lot of
Yeah,
those
I go
different
there,
things.
but I've been relying on my daughters to drag me there.
I can,
And so sometimes it's before school, sometimes it's after school. But
We
if
have a
you
little
ever
bit of
want to
extra
get together
space or
and
somewhere
go
to
and
back
do,
up
I'll give
see
you
it a little
I'll give you
better.
my email address.
Okay. Yeah,
we can try it again.
I'll get it from True Relief.
Yeah, and I'll
Are you good too? Maybe you can help me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe you can help me.
Well, and it's, you know, sometimes you go and there's the lanes are changed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
usually just ask
That's
them,
why I need to
share your
remind-
lane, but you know, if you know
Because
somebody,
after you go on the Good Form
Right,
Running
yeah.
website, there's a
Yeah,
lot
and that's what my youngest daughter and I do. We just share a lane. And so, but yeah.
A little bit.
Before we
I realized the hard way.
address.
Oh, really?
So, and I Dave Costle.
So
Uh-huh.
we're running now.
I guess so.
Swims all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I've talked with him a bit. And,
Look at him go.
Brandon is a big runner.
Yeah.
He's
So
like, this
faster
is
I've got some
needed.
good suggestions. but
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I'm asking anybody I know.
Well, most of the time it's just from tightness.
Right.
Where we
So,
just
like,
become so stretching, and
quad,
the big
it's
thing,
attached and it's
the
a
number one
non-stretch.
way to take care of it is foam roller.
Yeah,
And they probably
it
said
hurts
that.
like
It does.
tomorrow.
But just,
I
it'll
have
get
one.
better.
Yeah.
It gets better. I know the first time somebody told me to do it and I did it,
Well,
it's like,
yeah,
what are you
we
doing
got it
to me?
last
I was like,
summer.
you're
It hurts
torturing.
like no tomorrow.
But,
Yeah.
that's the number one, just because it, you know,
Yeah.
don't break it up.
Yeah.
You can't. No, this is a triathlon.
Yeah, I should brought headphones. I like that. Benjamin.
Oh.
Like you would be the teacher.